guy's a clown to me, so I just couldn't let this go.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with William Bonac, who took Nathan D'Asha to the cleaners. As we know, Nathan voiced his opinion very strongly, disagreeing with the judges, placing him fourth at this year's Dubai Pro Show, when he thought he should have been in the title fight with Tony Burton. Now, before jumping into what William Bonac said in the most recent episode of the Muscle Discord podcast, let's have a look at the latest post by Nathan D'Asha and the caption under that post. So Nathan claiming that his pictures are being edited to make him look a little more smooth. So who is editing them? Are those pictures on the NPC News Online official page? Were they edited? And for the record, not a single person said that Nathan was not in shape. I personally think he looked awesome, possibly at his all-time best. This might be his best ever, and I for one keep giving him the props on how an amazing and an awesome bodybuilder this man is, and he 100% deserves to be on the Olympia stage. I mean, this is a guy with the most number of IFBB Pro wins among all of the active IFBB pros. But is there a chance that the guys who beat him at this year's Dubai Pro Show, they look better than him on the day of the show? Well, Jose Raymond also touched on this subject, whether Nathan D'Asha was robbed. And I know it's a touchy subject for Nathan D'Asha, because there is nothing he can do about that. But all he said was that his long torso, that was one of the major reasons he wasn't able to stand out in that lineup at this year's Dubai Pro Show, especially with Behrouz Tabani and Tony Burton, both of whom have amazingly aesthetic physiques.
He has a torso issue, and it's never going to go away. It's like it makes his legs look shorter. That's a hard thing to fight. But he does have a ton of muscle, and he brings great condition. But it throws him off next to other guys that are more balanced, more aesthetic, or what word you use. But
so those back shots on Nathan, they clearly weren't in the top 3. The side chest is a pose that you could 100% give to Nathan D'Asha. And I have to ask, if some of the judges out there, they are personally against Nathan, how come they gave the win to Nathan D'Asha over William Bonac last year at the Portugal Pro? So that is why I think William Bonac had enough of Nathan D'Asha complaining, and he did not hold back. And this might be due to some comments which were aimed at William Bonac from Nathan D'Asha after Dubai Pro, pointing out his midsection, and he specifically named William Bonac in that interview with Muscle Discord.
And stop crying like a baby. You are a grown man. Every time you lose, you will hear the same thing from this guy. Instead of going and working harder, he starts crying every time he loses or he don't place the way he think he should have placed. You don't have that in the hand.
And Bonac just gave him a very fiery response. And he even said that Nathan will never be able to beat a guy like Behrouz Tabani. And if we just go by the track record, it's 4-0 between Nathan and Behrouz Tabani in the last couple of years. So Nathan said that he got penalized because he's very outspoken. Now, majority of the fans out there, they have a different opinion. They think that he was just beaten by better bodybuilders.
This disrespect, I will block you and William and this and this and this. Bro, leave my name out of your mouth, man. You was backstage. You could have talked to me. You could have said everything that you said there. You could have said it. You didn't do that. And that's a weak man's, that's a weak man will only do this kind of stuff.
Because we have to keep in mind, all those guys who beat him at this year's Dubai Pro Show, they are all top Olympians. I mean, William Bonac was top 7 last year. Majority of the experts think that Behrouz Tabani is gonna be in the top 6. And we just heard from so many people this time that Tony Burton has all it takes to be in the first call out at the Olympia this year. So, a huge shout out to Muscle Discord for bringing William Bonac into the show so that people can listen to his side of the story too.
I don't even think you deserve your place, and I even think Fowler should have even beat you. So be lucky that you even got 5th or 4th.
So what did you guys think? Was Nathan's 4th place justified or was he robbed? Do let me know in the comments below. Next up, we have an update from Stuart Sutherland, aka Beef Stu. So Stu is gonna be competing at this upcoming Tampa Pro Show in about 5.5 weeks time. and he isn't making the same mistake as last year that he made before the New York Pro. He was show ready for weeks on end, and he did present a super package at the New York Pro. But he believes that he did burn out big time by the end of his season last year, and that is why he probably showed up at his worst at his last show of the year. So last year at the New York Pro, we saw a superb lineup. Martin, Nick, and Antonio Burton, they were top 3, and Stu placed 4th. And that was realistically the highest Stu could have placed in that show. But he did miss his chance last year at California Pro and also at Van Pro. So Stu is gonna be ready, this time on the day of the show. So that is the plan of action this time, and he's slowly chipping away little by little with every passing week. So he isn't one of those genetic freaks who is gonna look the most impressive at 6 weeks out. But when this guy comes into his own, when he is 100% ready, his physique starts to flow very well and very beautifully. And if he adds more sweep to his quads, he will be able to create an even better X-frame. So second place at the New York Pro, that was back in 2023. That was his highest placing so far. So Tampa Pro seems like a very open show, and Stu can certainly be in the mix for the top spots if he brings the best condition of his career. Next up, we have a 15 weeks out physique update from Brett Wilkin. And Brett is showcasing a whole lot of thickness on his frame this time around. And this has been a very long off season. And he has clearly been putting in a lot of work. And just the way his physique progressed throughout this year, that just goes to show us that Brett made sure that he lives a bodybuilder's lifestyle throughout the year. So he won the Legion Sports last year by beating Bruno Santos, and that was the first Olympia qualifier for this year. Now, as always, he was looking absolutely ripped at the Legion Sports last year, but he lost quite a lot of fullness and wow factor while dieting down, especially in the last couple of weeks leading into the show, and that was to get to that level of conditioning. So now that he has put on some added tissue, which was very much needed, the main goal for this Olympia prep is gonna be holding on to all that size, all that fullness, while getting ready, while being in that same kind of conditioning. So his former coach was Matt Jensen, and he did do an awesome job with him. Apart from that one show that they did back in 2022, and that was the Arnold, Ohio. So apart from that, Brett has never missed this mark, especially in terms of conditioning. But the Legion Sports last year, that made him realize that physique, that certainly won't place top 10 at this year's Mr. Olympia, because at the end of the day, this is the men's open we are talking about, and size plays a major factor here. And it seems like Brett has put on plenty of it in this past off-season. So the Olympia will be his first show with Stefan as his coach. How high do you guys think Brett can place at his Olympia debut in October? So I personally would have loved to see Charles Griffin back on the stage for one final run, because this was his plan at the start of this year. But looking at some of the most recent updates, he's pretty much downsized, especially in the upper half. But he's now more focused on maintaining a big and a muscular physique. But at the same time, no chance of him going up to 270 pounds as he used to during the off-season. Now we saw the best of Charles back at the Olympia in 2023. Apart from that packed year, it was the perfect physique that Charles could have brought to any bodybuilding stage as per his own frame. He had that crazy vacuum, his back was looking phenomenal, amazing quads, plus that conditioning on him that was beyond bonkers. And if we look back at Charles's career, he has been one of the most consistent guy when it comes to showing up in shape and in condition. I guess after that packed year happened, he really lost his momentum because it was a long road to recovery in terms of that year. Still being able to step on the stage 3 times in his career, that is a huge accomplishment. So looking forward to how he can continue to inspire people and stay relevant in the sport of bodybuilding. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.